All right, we are just 3 days away from the protocol's second major token unlock. So today, we are going to break down the strategic analysis for day 83. Why? Because this time, things are different. This time, we have a playbook.
Okay, but before we dive in, let's get the important stuff out of the way. Please remember, this explainer is for educational and informational purposes only. None of this is financial advice, and you should always do your own research.
That's right, just 3 days. The clock is absolutely ticking, and that second wave is getting closer. But like I said, this time, something is fundamentally different.
And what is that difference? It's certainty. You see, the last 72 hours since that big day 78 unlock, man, they haven't just been about recovery. They've actually proven a clear, repeatable playbook for exactly what's coming next. The guesswork, it's gone.
So what is this playbook? Well, it's this proven 4-step pattern. First, you get the big unlock. But instead of everyone panicking and selling off, what do we see? Holders immediately restaking their tokens. This kicks off this incredible cycle of accelerated burning, and the end result is a compression of the liquid supply. This isn't just a theory anymore, people. This is what we've actually seen happen.
And if you want proof, look no further than the data. I mean, just look at these numbers from the last 72 hours. Staking growth is up an absolutely wild 955%. Token burns? They've shot up by 287%. The system didn't just survive the pressure, it literally harnessed it to grow stronger across all of its core metrics. It's incredible.
Okay, so now that we have this proven pattern in our back pocket, let's turn our focus to the main event, the second wave. We can finally analyze day 83 not as some scary, unknown threat, but as a known quantity, something we can measure and prepare for.
And this right here is the first key piece of the puzzle. The day 78 unlock, the huge test we just aced, that was a release of 2.4 million tokens. Now look at day 83. It's significant, for sure, but it's substantially smaller.
And this is the number I really want you to remember. The day 83 release is 38% smaller than what the protocol just absorbed, what it just handled successfully. That context changes everything. We are not facing a bigger monster here. We're facing its smaller sibling, and we already know exactly how to beat it. Let's put some dollar signs on this to make it even clearer. At a price of, say, 7 cents, the day 78 event was about $168,000 of potential sell pressure. Day 83? It's closer to $104,000. That is over $60,000 less pressure for the market to deal with.
So, okay, we know the size of the wave coming at us, but what about our seawall? What about our defenses? Let's break down the specific systems the protocol has in place, locked and loaded for day 83.
Check this out. $73,600. That's the total value of the defensive buy pools. But here's the craziest part. This number actually grew through the day 78 stress test. Think about that. The protocol's defenses didn't get drained by the biggest unlock in its history. They got stronger.
Now let's zoom in on just one weapon in that arsenal, the burn mechanism. Right now, based on the USDC in the pools, the protocol has the capacity to burn 300,000 tokens all on its own. That's enough to wipe out 20%, a full fifth of the entire day 83 release before a single person even thinks about restaking.
And what's powering all this? What fuels these defenses? Well, it's the yield engine. That number, 5,137, represents the bonds active in the system right now, which is an all-time high, by the way. A stronger yield engine means more profits are flowing in every single day, constantly refilling the protocol's ability to defend and burn. It is literally stronger today than it was before day 78.
And all of this leads to this really powerful idea. I call it the compression advantage. You see, every single day between now and day 83, the protocol is actively burning liquid tokens and locking more up in staking. So what does that mean? It means that 1.49 million token unlock is going to be dropped into an ever-shrinking pool of available supply. Its relative impact gets smaller every single hour.
So what's a realistic scenario look like then? Well, if the pattern we saw on day 78 holds true, we can expect about 26% of those unlocked tokens to be restaked almost instantly. That takes nearly 400,000 tokens right off the market. It leaves a net of about 1.1 million to enter circulation. And that's a number, a scale the protocol has already proven it can absorb without breaking a sweat.
Okay, we've established the pattern. We've looked at the defenses. So, what happens after day 83? Let's look past the storm and see what the landscape looks like on the other side.
This timeline really puts everything into perspective.
We've already checked off the big one, the great test of day 78. We're about to face this second wave. But look what comes after that. The next significant cliff isn't until day 94, and it's tiny by comparison. After day 83, we are heading into a period of relative calm.
So here's the real takeaway from all this. The hardest weeks, they're happening right now. We are navigating the toughest part of the storm as we speak. Once we get through day 83, the biggest systemic pressures on this protocol are in the rearview mirror for weeks to come.
And look, if you only remember one thing from this whole breakdown, please let it be this. Day 78 was the great unknown. We had no idea how the protocol or how the community would react. Day 83 is completely different. It's just applying a known, proven pattern to a smaller, more manageable event.
So, here we are. It's day 80. We've got 3 days left until that second wave hits. After looking at all this data, this proven pattern, and this analysis, what does it all really mean?
It means one thing. The protocol is ready. The data is crystal clear, the pattern is proven, and our defenses are stronger than they have ever been. The test is coming, and the protocol is prepared.